We have arrived at the edge of the cliff. We have looked into the abyss and seen the silent, indifferent face of the universe staring back at us. We are conscious of the absurd. The weight of this consciousness can feel unbearable. The temptation to escape is immense. Albert Camus, in his unflinching analysis of our condition, saw two primary escape routes, two ways that people try to flee from the tension of the absurd. The first is physical suicide, what we might call the noose. The second, and more subtle, is philosophical suicide, which he called the leap of faith. For Camus, both are a betrayal. They are a surrender. They are a refusal of the one true task we are given, to live. Welcome back to the Rebel's Atlas. Today, we explore the architecture of honest resistance. We will examine why the absurd hero must reject the false comfort of easy exits, and instead learn to live in the difficult, creative, and ultimately liberating space of rebellion. Let's first consider physical suicide. Camus acknowledges it as a serious response to the absurdity of life. It is a declaration that life is not worth the trouble, but he ultimately rejects it. Why? Because suicide does not solve the absurd, it simply annihilates one half of the equation. The absurd is the confrontation between man and the world. To destroy the man is to destroy the confrontation itself. It is, in a sense, to let the absurd win. The true rebel, Camus argues, insists on living, on keeping that confrontation alive. The revolt is in the continuation of life, in spite of its meaninglessness. To live, fully conscious of the reasons one might choose to die, is the ultimate act of defiance. The second escape route is far more common, and for Camus, far more insidious. This is the leap of faith. Faced with the terror of a meaningless universe, a person can choose to leap into the arms of a prepackaged belief system. This could be a religion that promises an afterlife and a divine purpose. It could be a political ideology that promises a future utopia. It could even be a blind faith in reason or science to eventually solve all mysteries. In all these cases, the person finds a way to negate the absurd by positing an ultimate meaning that lies beyond our immediate experience. They find hope. For Camus, this is intellectual suicide. It is a betrayal of our greatest faculty, our lucid consciousness. The absurd hero has seen, with piercing clarity, that the universe offers no such guarantees. To then choose to believe in them is to be dishonest with oneself. It is to plug one's ears to the silence of the universe. It is to close the eyes that have just been opened. This is a profound challenge to our most cherished mental habits. Our inner vision architecture is constantly being tempted to adopt a comforting filter. The filter of hope is perhaps the most powerful of them all. We want to believe that everything will be okay, that our suffering has a purpose, that justice will prevail. Camus asks us to perform a difficult and courageous act of mental discipline, to resist the filter of unearned hope. The absurd hero filters their experience not for comfort, but for truth. They choose to live in the world as it is, not as they wish it were. This does not mean they are without values. It means they understand that values are not discovered. They are created. And they can only be created from a foundation of truth. If you build your life on a foundation of false hope, you are building on sand. So if we reject both the noose and the leap, what is left? We are left in the state of permanent revolt. This is the third option, the only one Camus finds authentic. Revolt is the conscious state of a person who is constantly aware of the absurd, but who refuses to resign themselves to it. It is a no to the condition of meaninglessness, and a simultaneous yes to the value of human life and human experience. It is to say, the universe may be meaningless, but my experience of the sunset is not. The world may be unjust, but my act of compassion for this other person is not. The rebel creates meaning and value through their actions, through their passions, through their solidarity with others. They are the architect of their own significance. This path requires a special kind of strength. It is the strength to live without consolation. It is the strength to find joy not in the promise of eternal life, but in the finite, precious, and intense reality of this one. It is the strength to build your house on the edge of a volcano. In our next episode, we will explore the positive consequences of this difficult choice. We will unpack the 3 great gifts that come from embracing the absurd: freedom, passion, and revolt, and how they become the cornerstones of a vibrant and meaningful life. For now, the practice is an intellectual one. Examine your own beliefs. What are the things you hope are true? What are the leaps of faith you have made in your own life? And ask yourself, with Camus' gentle but piercing honesty, is this belief a result of clear-eyed evidence, or is it a comforting escape from the silence of the universe? The goal is not to destroy your beliefs, but to become conscious of their architecture.